Good morning, afternoon, evening, friends and family, loved ones. This is your friend Kelly. Today, I want your suggestions and you tell me stuff that I might be missing on what you load out in your little carry pouches. Now, this is just a small pouch. This is probably more of the case of what I can tuck away into one of my side pockets when I wear the shorts that I wear that doesn't take up a ton of room. And I think this will probably be the main one that will, once I figure out exactly what I want to carry in it, will go with me daily or daily when I actually leave the house. You guys know that. Anyway, this Devo, Jack Wolf, of course, McNeese, and Sharp Knives Matter. I don't know who that's from, and it might be Sharp Knives Matter. That's the only place it has for hook and loop patches, but it has a place that's a good spot for a pen, a knife, or maybe a bigger light, and then the little deal that other stuff to tuck away in, a little bit of cash if you wanted to keep it in there, so on and so forth. But I just kind of want your thoughts and ideas about what to put in them. We'll do this one is a from DTD. If I remember, I'll try to do a link to their site. They have some really, actually both of these are. They have some really nice pouches. I just got the straight up black one because they didn't have the purple one. I like this one because it had a small area on the front for the hook and loop. It has a zipper pouch on front. It has a lot of pockets and a lot of places to do it, even a place for pouches there. And the whole back of it has a place for patches. Blech, easy for me to say, for patches to put on it. So this I absolutely loved. And even though I wanted a different variation, this setup was better. And they didn't have the purple one that I wanted. But one of these or this one that has a little tuck in, it's more set up differently, more of the Molly type deal than anything. And of course, the Molly on the back, or if you want to hook it onto a belt or something like that and carry that, there's multiple ways that you can carry this. Let's just put it that way. These two are similar, not exactly size wise, as you can see this, and their setup's different. This one would be more of one I would toss into a bag or put maybe in the glove compartment of the truck or middle console to just have with me, and then I can hook it, and I've got carabiners where I could hook it onto a belt loop or something like that. That's what these two will probably end up being. This is more going to be a daily carry. And I'm thinking, of course, there will be cash. Put a 20, 50, whatever in there just to have it as backup if something, God forbid, should happen. I'm thinking definitely some Band-Aids. And I want to say something. I got this in a package that I bought from somebody. They gave this to me. I was not aware Devo had little Band-Aid holders like this. Now, of course, I'm not going to use that in here, but I thought that was cool as all get out. You can put like 5 or 6 Band-Aids in there and have a little dispenser so they don't get jacked up or whatever. This is great to tuck away into your vehicle or into the bottom of a purse or whatever, or in one of the bags. It's just, I don't know if, like this little pack, I'm not going to take up that much space just for this. In one of these, I might do that. But like this one, how many Band-Aids do you think is a good amount to have in there? 5, 6, 10, I'm saying at least 5, somewhere close to 10, tucked away in. Now I have little alcohol swabs that I'll probably put in here too, because I think those will be good to have. I think I have those little packets of antibiotic ointment. I think that would be something good in here. Now, something else for the little one, like I said, this is just going to be a little one to carry with me. Body goodies, body's aches and pains. I think this is something, a few of these should go in here. Headache powders. We do like the headache powders and the body aches and pains. It just seems like they activate quicker than taking, but some people may not be able to take these. They may have that Tylenol or whatever. Put what you need in there. Is clippers a little thing to put in there? Possibly. I mean, this is just the little daily one that I'll have. One of these little pins. I mean, other little sundries that will go there. But I'm thinking for this, a little pin that's just doesn't take up much space. It can bang. This I think is great. I actually got this from CountyCom, and it's a small pin, but when you sit there and click it in, it makes it into a full size pin. So that's works perfect, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's super light. So if weight's an issue for you, those or something similar, don't have to be that, will be great to have. Tuck it down in there, hangs out. I can just grab it out and pull it out. Works great. Now, there's sort of room in here. I also have this small pry bar that I think can fit in there with it. Sure can. That I can tuck down in there beside it. So I've got the pen and that right there in that little side pocket. Now, I've got 3 sort of different size lights here. The i3E EOS, I think is what this one is. That was just one of their newer releases with the purple for their 18th anniversary, I think. I've got the little mini I1R2 Pro. These are small. I actually have my Timascus one is the one that I'm thinking of having in there. And I think I need to charge the batteries on that. But this I think will be the one that will end up going in here. And I bet you what I did when I did this, because I'm about ready to do it again, I clicked it when I slid it in here. Or whichever one it was that I did. I turned it on. But I think that, and there's room for something else. You know, is it this? This is a little bit holder. It has, let me see if I can remember, those little micro bits that has the screwdrivers, little mini ones and the little bit bigger ones, flat heads, and the Phillips is on the other end that you can pull out and use that. You know, glasses, anything small, this could come in handy, and this literally can tuck in right beside that. If Kelly can get it to work down in there. There we go. And see, there's actually room if I needed to for something else that's small right there. Normally, I'm going to have multiple knives on me already. So anything else you think of that is a necessary, just carry every day. I got pen, I've got a little pry bar, I've got a small tool, a light that needs to be charged, Band-Aids, headache powders, body aches and pain powder. Should I toss a lighter in with one of these to have a lighter in case it's needed? I don't smoke. I used to many years ago, but I haven't smoked for a while. Of course, the more stuff you add, the weightier it's going to get. But do you think that's for a daily add-on? Pretty much covers what I need for something that I will carry there. That's just, I'm not going far, just going into town, going to the grocery store, you know, going to the bank, whatever. It's just one of those things where you're going to be gone an hour or two, depending, just to have in your pocket. That's what I'm thinking, something about like that to set up in. Now, ones that for a more daily care, I mean, longer trip carry, you're going to be gone for hours, weekend, week, even, whatever, you know, another multiple item thing, another light, probably maybe bigger than these, maybe not. Band-Aids, the antibiotic wipes, all of that. And actually, I think the front pocket, since it's kind of the money, the Band-Aids, the headache powders, that's a good place for them, especially with my Be Less Dumb Band-Aid patch. I think that will be a good place to tuck some of this stuff into. And since I'm here and we're discussing it, I'll throw a few in. This will probably get loaded up with more. Just because I don't know if Brian's going to have his loaded out or not, but having this and having it thrown in the vehicle for me and Brian would work. A pry bar. Clippers, possibly. Might not be a bad idea to have a pair of clippers in either of these. Is that sure? Pins, regular size pins. Is that a big pin? Will that even fit? Probably not. That'll probably be something that needs to be tucked into the back here. Or maybe a smaller pin, because it'll fit with one of these. These are large pins, and this one's light, but this one's brass, and it's heavy. I think sometimes a magic Sharpie would be a good thing to have also. But these won't fit in there, so I'll have to get another pen, maybe one like the little one that I have there, which I've got multiple of those floating around. It's just getting them. Another little knife. I had this wee, what was this? Black, what was this one? I got it as a win, actually from Neve's Knives probably a year ago. Forest, Phorus maybe? Is that what that was? I think that's an extra knife. That's not a huge knife, but a decent sized knife to put in. Is this going to be my one, or will I want to carry this one that's a little bit bigger? Because the one that's the bigger one, where Chris gave me these type items I want to have in a bigger one. So am I thinking the bit driver? I've got other little bit kits that I can also include in. The pen, the Sharpie, the lighter, clippers, the bigger pry bar, a small hank, which Chris also gave me. I think I forgot to mention that the last time that he did. Is this type stuff a good idea to have in the one that I'm carrying? A little flashlight, or one. I've got multiple flashlights. I've got, Olight, the arc filled. I've got the little mini clips. I can put. There's many options. A light's going to go in there. A pry bar, I think, is a good thing to have in any of them. A pen. It's just, what am I missing, people? Give me some feedback here. If you think there's anything that I'm missing that I should add to the collection. I don't know. I would like some honest opinions and thoughts on this, because I'm thinking, like I said, I got the little alcohol swab things and little antibiotic, like one-use type deals. I've got those, and those are something that will make it into each pack. Band-Aids will make it into each pack. The body's aches and pains, the headache powders, those will make it into each pack. A light, a pen. It's, what am I missing? Because I'm sure there is something that is an excellent idea that just has not occurred to me. And I'd love your input. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. I appreciate your thoughts down in the comment section. And hit the like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day. Many hugs, many kisses, much love. See you later. Bye-bye.